In Colombia, the Rio Magdalena is the country's main waterway. There are more than 908 channels, and the drainage basin is home to 70% of the country's population. The activities practiced on the banks of the river exacerbate the pressure on natural resources, such as the forests, gradually changing the services provided by these ecosystems and increasing the risk of natural catastrophes. In order to implement actions intended to protect the environment, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and promote reforestation, the Autonomous Regional Corporation of the Magdalena River, Corps Magdalena, has joined forces with the French Facility for Global Environment, FEFEM, and is calling on the technical expertise of the ONF International Group and its subsidiary in Colombia, ONF Andina. In 2011, this public-private partnership allowed the PrepaREDD project to be introduced with the aim of building national capacities in the field of environmental recovery. For example, through the quantification of carbon impacts and encouraging the different stakeholders to change their practices with a view to reducing deforestation. In collaboration with the Ministry of the Environment and Sustainable Development, 3 projects have been introduced which contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. A REDD Plus project in the Huila department, the renewed navigability of the Magdalena River, and the protection of the Zapatoza wetlands. The REDD Huila pilot project is located in the upper reaches of the Magdalena River in the regional nature reserve of the Guacharos-Puracé biological corridor. Some 93% of its 73,000 hectares is covered by forest, which is currently threatened by the advancing agricultural front driven by the development of fruit and coffee crops. In an attempt to mitigate the impact of certain agricultural activities on forest degradation, a pilot project funded by the project partners lends its support to farmers' initiatives targeting the sustainable production of fruit, panela, and honey. The project also benefits from the technical assistance of ONF Andina and the implementation of revolving loan funds. The profits resulting from the sale of carbon credits should also contribute to ensuring the sustainability of the project.
Muchas de las poblaciones que viven relacionadas a los bosques y realizan sus actividades económicas en torno a él tienen en el mecanismo REDD una auténtica oportunidad de recibir un incentivo económico que complemente sus ingresos y les permita mantener su compromiso de evitar la deforestación y así contribuir a la mitigación de las emisiones de gases de efecto invernadero que generan el calentamiento global y el cambio climático.
The country's strong economic development places the renewed navigability of the Magdalena River at the very heart of the government's priorities, providing an opportunity for sustainable growth boasting a small carbon footprint. Complementing the work conducted by the Colombian government, the PrepaREDD project promotes the transition from land-based transport to river transport, thereby reducing carbon emissions. With a navigable canal operating all year round, the estimated mitigation potential is 150,000 tons of CO2 equivalent.
Colombia le ha decidido apostar al río Magdalena y a recuperarlo como una vía importante de desarrollo y de competitividad. En este sentido, PrepaREDD lo que está haciendo es fortaleciendo esa iniciativa, aportando un incentivo económico basado en bonos de carbono, en eficiencia energética, con el cual esperamos generar esa adicionalidad que le hace falta al sector privado para que traiga la carga al río.
The Zapatoza wetlands area, located between the Cesar and Magdalena departments, is seen as the main buffer zone which regulates the Magdalena River. Already vulnerable to climatic and hydrological variability, this zone is currently threatened by the activities of fishing, extensive livestock farming on its shores and hunting, all of which are motors of deforestation. In order to maintain the balance of this ecosystem and its resident populations while supporting adaptation strategies further downstream, the project promotes and regulates the use of resources available in the Zapatoza wetlands while accompanying the main economic activities in the area, such as fishing or local handicrafts, which make use of the resources offered by the forest.
Nosotros, ¿en qué forma le vamos a devolver al bosque? Tenemos que tener aquel cuidado con él, a no destruirlo, no quemarlo, no cortarle la madera por quererla cortar. Si no, si yo necesito una vara, yo vengo, la corto y ahí la dejo. No la voy a seguir molestando.
The actions conducted in these 3 zones contribute to improving the quality of life of the populations and consolidating an institutional framework facilitating large-scale partnerships and actions, which are essential to the continuity of the processes initiated. PrepaREDD is thus a perfect illustration of the exemplary nature of Franco-Colombian cooperation. It shows that it is possible to contribute to the sustainable development of a territory and to poverty reduction while fighting climate change and mobilizing the stakeholders to support and co-finance local activities. The lessons learned from these 3 pilot projects usher us towards a new means of perceiving the territory and towards new initiatives conducive to maintaining harmony between the ecosystems and the communities living there. A path has been opened. We simply need to follow it.